Hello everyone, and welcome to this pretty cool chimps run I did on Bloody Puddles with Axis of Engineer. So first here, get Gwen on round 26. The early game is just the pretty standard round 21 airburst, and the rest of this early game is honestly nothing special. Just airburst into foam for 33, which is actually a weird choice, but I need overclock later anyway, so it's pretty cost efficient to get this over anything else. So yeah. .36 was by far the hardest early game round. Unfortunately, I couldn't discount the sprockets. I really wanted to, but I needed a 300 sprockets to actually be able to beat this round. And even then, it was really tight with having to time my abilities differently on 35 to get Cocktail quick enough. So yeah, this round was a bit annoying. So I get Sentry Expert here on 39 just for the Moab on round 40. Sentry Champion is actually the first tier 5 I'm going for, because after that I'll get Big Trap and Overclock. And on round 40 I start to abuse the bottom path beast bug just a little bit. I already did a run on this map with Sentry Champion, Gwen, and 70k spare, which I'll post a screenshot of on screen now. And I did also use Condor bug for that. Technically, I had enough money to associate NG Axis, which is just having enough money left over to buy the other things that I would have needed for it. I just barely had enough money, but I wanted to redo the run to record it and actually get NG Axis. So I did bug the Owl on round 40 so it could do that. So I get Condor here on round 50, and Condor is going to be my main mid-game for the run, and it's also going to help out a lot later by just moving every single BFB and even the DDTs on 93 to the other side because I have Gwen's heated up buff on it. And yes, I am abusing the bug. I mentioned that earlier. The bug where it has practically infinite pierce. I won't explain how to do it because you can find that in other places on YouTube, but yeah. 61 is the first real example of just how tricky the outer lanes can be on this map. This round itself wasn't too hard, it only took me like 2 or 3 tries. But the outer lanes on this map, even with the bugged Condor, are still absolutely brutal. Fortunately for me, the only like actual difficult round left on the outers is 65, and with this setup, even that isn't too bad. Normally with Condor setups, it is pretty bad, but Sentry Expert is OP. 63 was fairly rough because I had to cycle all 3 of Gwen's abilities and buy a whole balloon trap for this round. And on top of that, I still had to get lucky and hope that Condor doesn't go on like its journeys occasionally where it'll just run off into space and grab nothing. It tends to do that a lot, but here I just had to hope that that doesn't happen. '75 was one of the harder rounds of the run, because even with the Condor bug, Condor still fails to grab everything a lot of the time, so I had to do a little bit of targeting micro between first and close, just to make sure that Condor wouldn't do stupid things, and go on more journeys, because that was also pretty common. Balloon Trap was a surprisingly good, it provided a surprisingly high amount of value in these mid-70s rounds on these save up 2 Century Champions, so that was pretty cool. And on 77 here, I finally get Sentry Champion. And yeah, I'm glad I got Sentry Champion now, because if I didn't get it before the round started, it would have been much, much worse, because 77 is generally one of the most annoying rounds on Bloody, just because it has a lot of Moabs and BFBs, and it's on the outer lanes. On 85 here, I get a Moab shove, which might seem just a little bit weird, but it's like the cheapest way of dealing with ZOMGs that come on the outer lanes, which really only happen on this round and 97, and it also pairs very well with Condor, as it can clump a lot of Moabs together so that Condor grabs a bajillion of them at once. With the bug, of course, and even without the bug, Condor shove is a pretty good combo anyway. Round 90 was another very good use case of shove, because shove OP, and it can like stall one DDT for a very long time, pretty much completely neutralizing it. So on 92 here, I get a Moab press, and I chose press over Moab glue, which would be better in most scenarios. Press is actually better here because it actually does damage, because I have no way of popping the fortified ZOMG on 97 if I get Moab glue. And yeah, press also does damage to a lot of these other ZOMGs, so they can get popped down, and Condor can just bring them to the left. '93 is another really good shove showcase, because it let me clump all of the DDTs together on this round, so that Condor only has to make one trip to the right, when normally it would have to make two, which is definitely not happening with the speed of the DDTs and just the distance that Condor has to travel. I finally get Big Trap on 94, and from here it's completely free. Big Trap is just ridiculous and just swallows pretty much everything, and Sentry Champion just gets what Big Trap doesn't swallow. So on 96 here, I finally complete the Axis of Engineer by getting Overclock, and I cannot get Ultra Boost. That is just not happening. There is not enough money in one Chimps game to get all 3 tier 5s, let alone doing it on bloody Puddles, the hardest map in the game. And 97 here is a very good showcase of why Press is better here than Moab Glue, because with Shove, it practically permastalls the fortified ZOMG while actually killing it, which is very nice. I could have overclocked it to make it go a little faster, but I didn't really feel like it. So I'm going to be overclocking the Sentry Champion just to get even more sentries down, which is a very nice thing. Also, round 98 took only 1 try because of overpowered setup. Like, you should not be able to have this much strength in one setup. Big Trap, Sentry Champion plus Gwen, which is already a good combo, and also bugged Condor. That's just insane. For round 100, the cheapest solution here is just an Overdrive. I could have gotten something more expensive, but I didn't need to. Overdrive was just the cheapest thing. Pairs very well with Gwen, which was a nice little bonus too. Just a little scare there, but with that, I had completed the Axis of Engineer on Bloody Puddles with Gwen. This is not something I expected to do anytime soon, but it's a pretty cool run. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice rest of your day, and goodbye.